I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media. We're back again with Ron Sorry from the School District of Waupaca and Aaron Jensen from the City of Waupaca. Hello, guys.
Hey, Josh.
And we'll jump right into it. There is an election, a spring primary next Tuesday, and there are still some opportunities to absentee vote and get registered and all that stuff. So Aaron's got those details.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Supreme Court election, and for the state of Wisconsin, request mail-in ballots. You have to do that by 5 p.m. tomorrow.
And we'll specify Thursday in case people are watching this a little later.
Thank you. Yes, Thursday the 16th. And then vote. You can vote in person absentee up until 5 p.m. on Friday the 17th. And you can do that right at City Hall. For the city residents who are watching. And then polls, they do open at 7 a.m. at the rec center on Tuesday of next week. So I encourage everyone to get out. It's a rather small election. We actually weren't sure if we were going to have one until about a month and a half ago. But we do. So if you have the opportunity to get out there on Tuesday or cast your absentee vote, we encourage you to do so.
Very good. We'll jump over to Ron. And one of the things you heard about at the school board meeting this week was the school districts grow our own programs. So we're going to have you tell us a little bit about that. And then you've got some interesting statistics as far as your staff goes to share with that.
Yeah, our grow your own program is an effort that a lot of schools are doing. We're not the first, and I'm sure we won't be the last. But just like it's the employment market is difficult. It's hard to find employees for schools. It's hard to find teachers and other positions as well, aides and every position. But so schools like us we're trying to encourage students that may have an interest in that career path to explore that and take part in teaching assistant roles. And so that's the Grow Your Own program. And Jody Pankratz, the assistant principal at the WLC, did some interesting well, she's born and raised here and now works here, so she knows a lot of people. And so she mapped it out and put pen to paper and wrote down for us all of the staff members that have graduated from Waupaca High School. And it was just very interesting for me because it seemed like a high number. 70 of our 330 staff members graduated from Waupaca School District. So that's like, what did I say?
About
21%. So 1 out of every 5 employees is from our district. And then 43 teachers out of 186, which is about 23%, graduated from here. So that means almost 1 in every 4, is a Waupaca graduate. And anecdotally, I don't have a baseline to kind of measure that, but it appears to be kind of high for a small rural school district like ourselves. And so it tells me, and I don't know if this is true, but to me, it tells me that they had a good experience in going through our schools, and so good that they wanted to come back and work for our school district. So I find that to be a positive.
They seem like fairly high numbers when you think about, where people end up after college and things down the road. You're right, nothing to compare to, but it does seem high. So the school district has your Grow Your Own program. The city's doing something to help facilitate some growth as well in our staff.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. And we just got out of, when Ron said he was going to talk about this Grow Your Own program, I was like, well, that's timely. We just got out, and I was late to this because of that, of a little leadership series that we're doing with our staff. So anyone that's in a leadership or supervisory position, or anyone that's aspiring to be in a leadership or supervisory position, we meet once a month in the basement of City Hall, and we have different community leaders come in and talk about different topics that they feel like relates to leadership, that they feel comfortable talking about, and things they have experience in. And it's been really fun, to get department staff that are from all different departments that don't see each other on a typical basis together in the same room and having conversations, and then also hearing a different message that we wouldn't hear unless we intentionally went out and did. So we've had 2 sessions so far. We have 30 staff members that have signed up, which is awesome. To put that in perspective, we have about 55 full-time staff, regular full-time staff members. So I'm super pumped about the initiative that our staff is showing, and it's been a fun 2 sessions, and we'll do it throughout 2023.
Aaron, how long does a session last?
So an hour and a half, but we take the first 15 minutes and we debrief on the previous month's session and have a conversation. So each presentation is anywhere from an hour to an hour 15.
And are any of the presenters from in-house, from your organization?
We will. Yeah, we'll have a couple from in-house. Actually, it was one of the neatest things is one of our department heads came up to me after the first one and was like, "Hey, what do you think about me presenting on this topic?" So I said, "Absolutely, that'd be great." So yeah, we've got some interest even since we started and new topics that we're going to bring forward from in-house people, which is great.
That's terrific.
And then we'll close out this week's update with some neat news from the Learning Center in terms of your EGR Economic Gap Reduction Grant, which helps maintain small class sizes. And when you compare the Learning Center to other schools in that program, Waupaca is doing quite well.
Yeah, they are. It's actually Academic Gap Reduction.
Academic.
EGR, yeah.
I got the wrong thing written down.
It's the old SAGE program, which gives to schools in kindergarten through 3rd grade extra funds in order to keep the class size 18 students to 1 teacher or smaller. And that's been going on for years and years. But this time of the year, both the CEC and the WLC, because they participate in this, have to give an AGR report. And what John Ersbaumer, the principal at the WLC, did is we know that the WLC is one of the largest schools, elementary schools in the state. At one point, it was the largest, and it's in the top as far, and I don't know overall, but as far as AGR schools go, it's the 2nd largest school in the state that gets these funds. And, we're talking schools from Milwaukee, in Green Bay, in Ashland, around the state. So we're the 2nd largest AGR school, and we're the 11th largest AGR school that for the number of low income students. So that would be free and reduced lunch students who sometimes can have some learning challenges, So then he went even further, and as far as the amount of money that we get compared to the others, we're 10th in these AGR schools with low income. We have about 49% of our students at the WLC that qualify for free or reduced lunch. But the interesting thing, when you look at some of these schools like Kashina, their state report card score is 46.1, do not meet expectations. Or the Lake Superior one in Ashland, 50, does not, or meets few expectations. There's a Green Bay Elementary that meets few expectations, a score of 55.4. We are number 1 in this cohort of large elementary schools with high free and reduced lunch numbers. We're number 1. 74.7, exceeding expectations. So that's just something that Mr. Ersbaumer researched and found out, which is a real positive story for the work that staff is doing with our kids. And it's something the community should be proud of, the quality education taking place.
That's very good news, and great that you're able to maintain those class sizes and have all the success rate compared to other places.
Yeah, we're pretty happy about that.
Well, thanks for sharing that news, Ron. Aaron, appreciate the time this week, and we will talk again soon to keep the community up to date.
Take care. Have a good rest of the week.